What is up, everybody? Welcome to the 2021 Duels, episode 10. I am Delthius. How's it going, everybody? I'm doing pretty well. Sorry I missed out on Tuesday night fights yesterday. Is today Wednesday? Today is Wednesday. I was working quite a lot, but we're making up for it tonight. We got episode 10 here, the 2021 Duels. I'm not gonna go on too long. It looks like we have a lot of ground to cover here. But I do want to give a quick recap of basically what's going on in every stage. If I click on the right button, here we go. So in stage 1, it's plentiful campfires, and then there are these 4 different decks that the players have to choose from. Let me press this button. And yeah, so the decks have to be one of any of these. We've seen the stage 1 quite a lot, so should be fairly familiar with it at this point. We're going up against Snake, and Snake, a newer player, but he's been doing really well. I think he's pretty high on the ladder at the moment. So yeah, I got everything set up. I actually have to report the results here. What's going on? Ghost, Horace, Sassy, good to see y'all. And without further ado, let's get rolling. Only 4 slots for this format, yeah, and it's got to be one of those specific decks, and each one is kind of designed to counter one another. This is one of the Gentleman's Crazy tournaments, so every stage kind of has different rule sets. In the bottom right down here, we've got our challenger Zen, Zej, and up at the top left, the boss Snake. And both players chose the Fox deck here. So this could be a pretty fun match number 1. Hopefully we'll get into some Fox vs. Fox action. But we'll see. Unfortunately, what tends to happen when we do crazy deck restrictions is players kind of take the path of least resistance. So I wouldn't be surprised to see something like Mass Lizards from both sides here. But hopefully we'll get into some turrets, we'll get into some foxes, and that sort of thing. Both players in the early game here just making sure they're not getting rushed, but looks like 8 farm openings from both sides, as the players are just kind of scouting the map for now, seeing where everything is. Oh, but here comes Zen, selling off, going for the 6 farm double. Snake is none the wiser, and actually went for a 7 farm mill here. Snake could be in a lot of trouble. Let's see how Snake reacts. Coming in, sees a 6 farm double. Doesn't know that it's lizards just yet. But once the players see that first unit, they'll know exactly what they're up against. So, gonna respond with just a single warrant. Oh, this pathing is a little bit awkward. But we'll be able to get in here and get a pig. It's close, but yeah, nice. Oh, this campfire, or a cabin shooting at the lizards on the way over. That's not helping very much. Okay, so Zen got the damage done. Is starting to bolster together a really superior number of lizards. Is actually going to come in here and continue the rampage. Going for the mill right now, but should really take advantage of this window where they have the more units. But just going to confirm, hey, I'll grab the 60 food. It's basically free. Don't have to risk anything and just go home. Okay, not like a ton of cabins. It should be set to plentiful cabins. There are 4 on the map, but really this is the only one that was in like an annoying position. Alright, Zen taking that second base. And so far this early game's going pretty great for Zen. Snake is panicking a little bit, has to build that turret, is down in farm. Zen is going to push back in, but Snake does look like they have the numbers. However, this turret going down at the very beginning might help out Zen, but no, that turret did a ton of damage regardless. And Snake able to clean up. Now Snake is in the position, though, where they can counterattack. Zen needs a turret here as soon as possible. Oh, I think Snake was looking for a way to wiggle around the back or something like that, but not going to be the case this time around. So a little bit of action here in the early game, but Snake is honestly recovering pretty well. You know, that last fight going into Snake's favor was very good for them. And now they're shooting up to 4 farms on that second base, so half saturation. Getting some good damage in on the side. Grabbing a warren and a couple pigs, gonna run home. Oh, these couple lizards with the awkward rally here. Having this turret at home is gonna be very, very good for Zen. This counterattack from Snake is not gonna get anything done. And that was actually really huge. Zen is in a very good spot right now. They can just keep the pressure on, try to seal the deal. But for now, they're just going to go ahead and catch up on farms. Does Zen know? Zen actually hasn't really seen how many farms the opponent is on, but manages to get ahead in that regard, especially after deleting a few of those pigs earlier on. Not going to be able to come in anymore, though, with those turrets. They're going to have to go in the other way. Snake should probably anticipate that, but no, Zen's just going to go home for now. Keep building those farms, keep building those lizards. My question is, will we see a fox? And I'm not sure if it even is the right move in a mirror match like this, because the opponent's got lizards, the opponent's got turrets. And those are both pretty good units at dealing with the fox. So yeah, just more and more lizards from Zen here. Just kind of run around the map, seeing what's going on. And coming again for another backside attack here. And Snake has just had enough. Snake is rallying across the map, gonna grab these reinforcements on the way and hit the main base of Zen while his units are out and about. Only one turret here to defend. Zen desperately building another one. Snake, considering whether or not they want to hard engage, catches the reinforcements coming home. Dang, this is starting to look pretty good for Snake. Now Snake's opportunity to get in here and get a lot of damage done. The rebuilding lizards at home, though, will prevent too much from going down, only losing a pig there. Both players fully saturated second base, Zen going for the third. Nobody's utilized the campfires just yet. We see third bases from both players. So wow, there's been so many points this game where I think someone is just about to end it. But the defense is too good. These turrets really, really helping out against these counter-aggression attacks. And yeah, it looks like both players are kind of hanging out for the moment. Gonna macro up. When the dust is settled, Zen is in a pretty decent lead, has several more lizards at the moment. Pretty similar turret counts. Actually, Snake investing quite a bit in turrets. And this is kind of an awkward ramping. And might make for an interesting big game here because, you know, it's very distinct attack paths. So you're either going to come into the third or you're going to come into the natural. And Zen is just going to go ahead and knock out these undefended turrets. Is Snake going to counterattack? It looks like Snake is, and Zen, anticipating this, moves back in time to defend here. Trying to get these lizards to take a fight. Oh, look at this little tiny choke, too. That's actually really interesting, because moving through that is going to be so painful. Yeah, look at this. Snake even recognizing that, throwing some turrets there. Zen is looking for blood, though, trying to take an engagement that is advantageous and losing a lot of lizards there for the attempt. So Snake is basically playing whack-a-mole with Zen's various attack routes here. And again, we're just seeing a ton of lizards at the moment. I would like to see some skunks, maybe, like 2 pairs of skunks come in. You know, especially in areas like this choke, you can get a ton of damage done. It's just becoming a turret lizard arms race, and Snake, oh my gosh, look at those turrets right there on that choke. That is beautiful. Look at that. Just take a second to appreciate that. Snake is just locking that entrance in 100%. If they actually built another turret, like right here, then you could not walk around those turrets. Okay, this game has devolved into debauchery. So now that we're kind of zooming out, oh wow, look at this. This is the last mill on the map. I wonder if it's gonna come down to whoever can control that. These campfires are nice. So, and I think these campfires kind of favor Zen. Oh, look at that, beautiful. Big brain plays there. And then see, you can come over, even if you don't have any money, you sell the turret, build the campfire, you're good to go. Yeah, here's that 4 skunks out of Snake. I like this move. I think it makes sense. I don't think the fox really makes sense here. Again, just because the abundance of lizards and the turrets. And the fox is primarily trying to hit like tier 2, tier 3 targets or pigs. Okay, this is just getting crazy. We do have a million matches to get through tonight, so I might fast forward if we're hitting a little bit of a stalemate situation here and see who can figure out how to break this. Here come the skunks from Zen as well. Ooh, a fox coming out from Snake. Might as well throw it in. See if you can get some pop shots, you know. Pick off a lizard or 2 for free. Over and over. 6 skunks on the way for Zen. So we're just getting into more and more turrets. This is insane. I don't know. I don't even remember the last time I saw 24 turrets built in a competitive match. Granted, there are deck restrictions and crazy rules, but this is still a competitive match. Yeah, do it. Do it. Oh, sell that. No, you gotta take the campfire. Oh, man. My heart was broken. I was looking for that sell into the buy. Yeah, we are in a Cold War situation now, so this might become a starvation game. Hit that fast forward button a little bit here. I did not expect this game to get to the 12-minute mark. "26 turrets, 28, 30 turrets. Zen going for 30 turrets. Just need one more. Look at how many. Oh, here we go. Snake making the move. Sold the turrets to get through his own choke here, but this is just gonna get slaughtered. And now Zen has an opportunity to counterattack. Snake is actually starving out. Okay, both economies are getting very, very low. I'd love to see Snake just run through right here. Or, I'm sorry, Zen. Dude, you can't do anything about this many turrets. Honestly. Like, what are you going to do about that with these units? With an owl or ferrets or even snakes, maybe? I wonder if Zen is going for the starvation game here. God, look at that choke. 6 skunks, 4 turrets right there. Nothing's getting through. This just feels like Tooth and Tail art at this point. Alright, Snake is starving, but has planned for this. Has plenty of starvation farms left over. It's even got a fresh one right there. But I still think Zen is in a very commanding lead because all of the money invested in turrets right now. I mean, yeah, look at the army value graph. Like, Zen has taken a lot of good engagements throughout the match and is sitting on way, way more. And at any point could sell off a lot of these turrets, build a bunch of lizards. Ooh, Snake actually taking that campfire. Sells off the Fox. Yeah, Fox isn't doing anything in this game. Let's see. So Zen has this campfire they can save. Got 2 campfires, fresh, and a farm that was about to be on its way out. Doesn't look like this base is ever going to get taken. God, you can't do it. He's trying. It's impossible, man. You can't get through that. What are you gonna do? Zen could even start, could go ahead and try to take that mill. Gosh, and look at over here! This is insane. What is this, a turret defense game? Dude, these lizards can't even find tiles to, like, attack the turrets. Oh, man, that was such a slaughter. I don't blame Snake for trying. Like, you gotta do something. Okay. Alright, I'm starting to appreciate this game more. This is actually pretty hilarious. Yeah, there we go. Zen does secure this mill. They can start leapfrogging the turrets up. I think this is definitely checkmate for Zen here. Snake completely out of money, no turrets. We're gonna fight to the bitter end. Look at all the damage. Snake is just like trying to wiggle. Maybe I can find a spot over here. Shoot the mill without taking damage from the turrets. Oh, and that turret lives. Add insult to injury. There it goes. Alright, Snake is starving. Sorry, my phone was going out there. We had to put her on silent mode, but there it is! Snake, 21 minutes later, taps out. GG. Look at that army graph while I update. Okay, can I do this right? I'm updating the score. 1-0. Report. Nice. Nice. Perfect. Okay. So that means we're moving on to stage 2 here. And stage 2 is against the kid. So let me update that. And it is 9 unit decks with Toads banned. That's it. So 9 units in the deck and no Toads. This better be at least twice as long. Oh man. Okay, let's get into it. Alright. On the left-hand side, we've got the kid. And over in the top right, Zen. Look at these decks. I don't even know what to say when it comes to 9-unit decks. Am I expected to break these decks down? Is that an expectation from me, chat? 9 units here. Honestly, Zed, you know, he's got the board. He's got some decent tier 2, but Zen's deck seems a lot more aggressive to me. Like, Zen wants to kind of, you know, get up to 2 bases and swing. Where the kid has a lot more late game potential. Not as much AoE, though. Could maybe get ran over. You know, Toads are banned, so not taking the skunks. You leave yourself in a position where basically you don't have any AoE outside the boar. So no boar, no Toads, no skunks for the kid here. And turret balloon from the kid. So we got balloon plus another defense from both sides. And map is kind of kid favored in my opinion. It might be a little hard for Zen. Well, this is rough because situations like this, it can really come down to who grabs the... let me try speaking again. Whoever grabs one of these central mills first might kind of check the opponent out of theirs because it's just too close. And the kid, of course, enjoying the high ground on this little debacle here. This is what interests me right now in the match, is what's going to go on with those 2 mills. Of course, both players do have the option to be safer and take one of the other ones, but yeah, the kid's going to go ahead and grab that mill. And with the turrets, with the balloons, the kid could put Zen in a really difficult position. So a single turret coming out from now, and I think this is the right approach from the kid. You know, really just start applying pressure. I love defense that both applies pressure to your enemy and defends your base. I think that's the ideal situation. But Zen's gonna get in here underneath it and clean this up. And now the kid's in a little bit of hot water. As Zen is gonna run home, do some quick base macro there, throw down another Warren, come back, and that's a dead mill. So really, really good engagement for Zen here. With the Squizzard continuing to run out, you know, Zen might have the opportunity to get some game-ending damage. You could definitely dive in here and get a pick. Trying to bait out the lizards. Actually pulled his own lizards back, maybe a little bit too far. And the kid's gonna clean this up. I think Zen might have waited a little bit too long because, you know, that defender's advantage with reinforcing very quickly is definitely a big thing. So I think if Zen, like right after attacking this, moved in, look at that, the kid even mind sweeping, must have seen that one go down. Okay, so good defense from the kid there. Evening things up a little bit. And I think the kid still has this idea of, like, let me control this base, let me deny the other bases. But look at this backstab from Zen. Gonna grab a pig before the engagement starts, run the lizards back over to try to help the squirrels. But the lizards being able to get that initiation onto the squirrels was a big reason why Zen lost that. You know, if Zen's own lizards were able to kind of bat down the opponents while the squirrels were firing, that might have gone better for Zen. So Zen kind of getting the bacon, but losing the battle there. And again, I think the kid, as I was starting to say earlier before that backstab attack, still just has this general idea of I need to control this area. If I can lock this area in, I can make these expansions from Zen, you know, very, very brutal to actually get established and put himself in a very good position. Because, you know, Zen can't break out of this right here. The rest of the map is very, very heavily favored to the kid. You know, all the other mills are over there. You know, Zen's got 3. 3's all you need. This part of the game is tricky. Like, I'd love to see a bore out of Zen, but it's easier said than done. We just hit the 5-minute mark. You gotta be careful. You don't want to let the kid, you know, kind of blindside you as you're teching up. You also don't want to fall behind in economy. Skunk is out here, though, for Zen. Only one on the front line. The other one's probably hustling their way over. There it is. And look at this. Zen gets the kill again. Again from Zen. And maybe it had to do with 180 bucks in turrets that really just weren't in the fight. You know, I think the kid just didn't execute the next step, which was after establishing this base, piggybacking these turrets up forward. So Zen is in a pretty favorable position. You know, now that we're past the 5-minute mark, only a few farms remaining, and oh, look at that. One of the farms that it was destroyed earlier on was not a starting pig. That actually matters because it went from 3 pigs, it went to 3 pigs instead of 4. And as you can see now, he's only got 2 left. Alright, the kid's backup plan here. Still hatching ideas, trying to get this safer base up and running. Zen, with some due diligence here, scouting about. Doesn't see anything, so we're gonna come in here and get some damage in. The kid really can't contest this. And the kid, maybe thinking about tapping out, was kind of standing still for a while there. Down to nothing. And Zen still has some units at home to defend, which I like. That's a nice thing about having Squizzard. But nicely done. These lizards actually paying for themselves quite nicely. Bringing the economy differential back very, very close. Now both players are on nothing, but the kid knows he's just too far behind. Taps out. And Zen, 2-0. Moving their way up the ranks. Nice. Do we have some more Zen action? Stage 3 Zen? No. Oh. Okay. But we'll do another Stage 2 match, so same rules here, except this time around, we've got TanDraco. Fantastic caster. If you all have not checked out Tandor's Twitch channel, I highly recommend it. We've got Tandor versus the kid. And let's see, he's got 2 lives remaining. Yeah, Tandor's been doing a lot of Tooth and Tail coverage lately, so definitely check out TanDraco's Twitch if you're not aware of it. Let me find it. I bet I can find a link. Look at this. Oh, see? I love nice and easy Twitch handles. Bam. Yeah. Check that channel out. If you enjoy Tooth and Tail, want some more content, he's been pumping lately, producing a lot of stuff, so let's get into it. Also doing the 2v2 tournament, which I think the sign-up deadline is it today? I think it's today. Yep. Oh, at 12 p.m. CDT. Yeah, so signups are closed. Today was the last day. So the tournament should be kicking off here shortly. Anyways, let's get into it. Alright, spawning on the left-hand side, we've got the boss, the kid. The opponent to the right, TanDraco. I just realized I did not update my boss number. Kid is not boss number 1, the kid is boss number 2. I always think that the kid, I always get the kid confused with the child. I don't know why, like every time in my head when I see that, I'm just like, oh, the child, yeah, the kid's been around forever, but both these players actually pretty new to the scene. TanDraco, a formidable player, but kind of going the caster, host, streamer routes. Meanwhile, the kid is quite formidable. Is that the same deck? No, I don't think the kid had ferrets last time. But I think they were running the Badger, Owl, Wolf, Turret, Balloon kind of situation. And TanDraco here. Lots of tier 2, and then an Owl for the icing on the cake. Map, again, looks a little kid favored, but TanDraco still has plenty of opportunity here. Got a second base, which a lot of times that's all you need. And pick up these campfires, which are a little bit underutilized, but still strong. This is going to be a tough base for Tandor to take, though, if the game gets longer, since the kid does have this base right here. And this is a nice kind of split area for the map. You know, I could easily see the kid investing in some turrets and balloons around this area, and then splitting the map into 4 mills on their side versus 2 on Tandor's. So let me see. So Tandor's only got 2 lives remaining. Means Snake gave him a hard time in round number 1. So Tandor really needs to win, like, right here, right now. Really can't afford to lose any more lives. Now, part of the rule of the tournament, it's basically a gauntlet tournament. If you're tuning in, maybe you're a new viewer or don't really know what we're doing here. This is one of the gentleman's events. Really nice attack here by the kid, by the way. Getting a ton of pigs. 3 pigs down for a handful of lizards. So Tandor already in a rough spot. Gonna try to make up for that by ecoing up. Yeah, so we're in a gauntlet style event, right? Where the challengers have start with 4 lives and then they fight the bosses and work their ways up. There is a caveat though, you can only lose 2 lives on one stage. So on stage 1, TanDraco lost twice and then was able to advance to the next stage. But if TanDraco loses twice here, that means they're defeated, as they only have 2 lives remaining. And then once you get to the last stage, you get some lives back, so it's an even fight. Or I think regardless of how many lives you had, it gets set to 2, I think. And it becomes like a best of 3 scenario. I think that's how it works. Yeah, I love this defense from the kid here. Just a single turret, not over-investing quite yet. I wouldn't even hate to see it a little bit further out. Yeah, like, or leapfrog him forward. And Tander has stabilized, you know. They got the saturation up a little bit faster on the second base. Never really bothered to rebuild these farms here. I do like that. I always try to say, you know, if you lose a farm on your main, you might as well just invest in a brand new farm. At this point, though, Tander could consider taking these again, because there is quite a lot of wheats left on those farms there. But a big attack coming out from the kid. Tandor is not really ready. They've invested a lot in economy lately, just now throwing down some Warrens to bolster the numbers, and the kid just rampaging through again. Lizards, lizards, and more lizards is the name of the game tonight. And Tandor's catching on, building a bunch of lizards of their own, but, you know, that's two black eyes here for Tandor, you know. The kid in a great spot at the moment. Now, I've seen players come back from worse. Tandor is not out of this at the moment. But what's really difficult is one of the good avenues on coming back in a situation like this is being able to turtle up a little bit, you know, get the economy going with like a third base or something like that. And Tandor just doesn't have that available. No turrets to really, or barbed wire to really slow these lizards down. No third base options really available. But Tander holds a nice defense there. Even starting to turn back around really once that balloon does get it. Nice extra 120 bucks there. But keep in mind, the kid is on the better economy and has actually teched into a lot of snakes. 4 snakes on the way here for the kid. The snake's not the best unit against tier 1, but when you have overwhelming tier 1 numbers, these snakes should be able to help seal the deal here. Is that, yeah, if you leave those snakes uncontested on a mill for just a few seconds, they'll poison it down. And the kid gonna take match number 1. All right, we need to give our internet powers here to Tandor. Tandor really needs this win to continue on to the event. Let's see if they can make it happen. In the bottom left, crushing, we've got the kid. In the top right, need your energy. Raise your dongers for Tander Draco. Nobody says raise your dongers anymore. It's like a 2009 thing. I remember raise your dongers from like some of the very, very first like League of Legends esports tournaments. Yeah, like 2008, 2009? Maybe 10? I don't know. 10 years ago? God, it feels crazy. That's how I know I'm getting old. Like, 2011 was 10 years ago? Tander Draco. Putting it all in black here. Going for a 5-farm double, but actually, 4-farm double already on the way for the kid. I wasn't paying close enough attention in the early game there. I was reminiscing about raising dongers, but I think maybe the Tander Draco scouted the 4-farm double and then responded with the 5-farm. I believe that is what happened here. Tander not in good shape, losing 2 farms already in this economy. That is huge. Oh! The kid not quite prepared. Oh, Tander doesn't get this pig. Is he gonna quit? I think that's a quit. That's a quit. The kid with a quick, aggressive match number 2. Booting out Tandor of the event. I think that's it. Like, I don't think there's any kind of forgiveness. So I believe that means Tandor is eliminated. Okay. What do we got going on next? We've got Challenger 1. Who is Challenger 1? I hope that's not their name. in the game, so I might be in trouble. Does anybody know who Challenger 1 is? Maybe I can figure it out through some deductive reasoning. Is that, it's a little close. A little close for my liking, but it'll be fine. So we haven't seen a Stage 3 yet tonight. So Stage 3 is up against Rattan, and it is mandatory mirror deck. Somebody in the chat was asking for moles earlier, so this might be your game here, depending on how this goes. But here's the rules for stage number 3. Plentiful mills. Challenger chooses which deck to be used, and if there are 2 games, then the other deck will be used. So we got Lizard Snake, Wolf Turret, and we've got Mole Cam, Barbed Wire. And let's see how this one plays out. But I have to figure out who Challenger 1 is. Because that is not a name on my approved list of names, is it? It might be. Boss number 3. Really need to get my scoreboard assistant working again. It was a great program. It just kind of stopped working eventually. He used to be called Opponent. Let me see. Hang on. I might be able to figure this out. If I look at the announcements. Is it Leon? No, because we have Leon there. Okay. Is it Heartseed? No, we got Heartseed. Is it Sassy? We got Sassy. Might be Marmu. Question mark. Oh! Their name is actually question mark. Okay. Oh, it's a secret. Secret. But I don't see secret name on the scoreboard here. It's hidden for spoiler reasons. It's Massive Stealth. You know what? Maybe it's in the game. Maybe I'm overthinking this. Let's get into it. Oh! Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. On the right, we've got Rattan. I was definitely just overthinking it. In the bottom left, we've got Zen. Yeah, it was just to spoiler-proof it, duh. That makes sense. The gent, thinking of everything. Alright, so Zen... Let's see... Zen is still on all the lives. Yeah, we just saw Zen 1 and 2. Yep, so Zen has not lost yet. The moles are here. Let's see how they work out. Mole Cam Wire. Okay. So, I think what this pretty much comes down to is trying to get the cam counts out. And then utilizing the moles to do, like, flank attacks and that sort of thing. Rattan with a 4-farm triple mole rush here. Zen panicking. Zen was trying to actually build a 5-farm chameleon, which is awesome. Okay. You gotta admit, this event has made for some fun matches of TNT. This is craziness. Oh, was trying to hit that pig. Moles just tickle pigs, though. They're pig ticklers. Oh! And Zed is gonna tap? Wait. Oh, Rattan tapped. Yeah, that makes more sense. I'm sorry. I am scatterbrained today, apparently. Dang, so that was it? Hang on. Yeah, Rattan tapped. Rattan tried this rush. Let's watch this game again. That's awesome. Rattan, man. He just like walked down. He just like went into the casino, and then just went down to a blackjack table, threw in all his money, and just kept saying, "Hit me." And then he busted and got up and left the casino. That's what just happened to Ratan. Zen is on fire, though. Already on boss 4 with no lives lost. Very cool. Okay. Heartseed. Where is Heartseed at? Heartseed's got 2 lives. Again, same thing here. Going up against Ratan. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm good. Let's do this. Sorry, the transitions between games aren't super smooth. I'm updating Gentleman's website. Really awesome website, though. Super well done. Very, very helpful tool for the event. Over on the right-hand side, we've got Ratan, and in the bottom left, Heartseed. There are a lot of great resources out there, like Challenge, you know, like if you're going to make a single elimination tournament or something like that, but the Gentleman's events are way too crazy for pre-built resources like that. The Madman's got to build his own from scratch. Okay, Lizard, Snake, Wolf, Turret. Now this is the other possible deck. They basically had to choose one of 2 of the decks, and then both get mirrored into it. And if Ratan wins this game, the next match we're going to see that Mulcam Wire deck again. Somebody was asking about Heartseed's losses. Heartseed lost twice to the Kid. And again, I was able to quickly look at that on the website. Sound like an informed caster. But I pulled the curtain from behind and let y'all know. Alright, not a lot to say about this one just yet. Heartseed actually very, very greedy. I guess that is something to talk about. No warnings at all. Going straight up to 11 farms. Does scout that Ratan did take a mill. Ratan actually has the scouter in a good bit and is getting a little bit punished for it. Not going to be happy when they get across the map. Look how greedy. Oh, man. Tell me you saw that, Ratan. Heartseed trying to be a sneaky boy. Throwing the snake over there. Really clever. We don't see that very often. You know, players will try to hide the tier 3, but not so much the tier 2. This is really bad, though, if Ratan was paying attention. It would be very easy for Ratan to rally units over and knock out that Warren. I think he didn't want to let Heartseed know that he knew. That's what that dance was, and yeah, gonna be able to come over here. Oh, you know what would be even worse is if Ratan waited until the snake was built. And Ratan's just gonna follow suit. And yeah, we've actually got a pretty greedy macro opening from both sides. Full saturated second bases at the 3-minute mark. Lots of lizards coming out right now. This deck is really interesting in design, though, but again, I feel like when you give players lizards with a lot of other fun and units that can create some really different and interesting games, it's almost like you're putting in front of me like all these nice foods, you know, like some avocado egg Cobb salad, you know. You got some asparagus and salmon. You got all these great things, and then you also put on the table pizza. And then everyone's like, yeah, we're just gonna eat the pizza. Ratan's got him locked in. Oh man, I love the tooth and tail cooking. You know what's funny, Horace, that you bring that up? Jet Erickson actually used to do a lot of like cooking streams. I don't think they were tooth and tail related, but Jet actually used to be a very, very active streamer, and he would play games, cast games. Really great caster. I like his style a lot. But yeah, you do cooking streams a lot too, where you just kind of hang out and make recipes. Ratan going for it. This might be a little bit impatient though, with such a good lockdown. We do have the snakes doing their ferret impressions. And trying to poke down these turrets. Not as effective as the ferrets. Oh, losing the commander there. Feels bad, man. That's double snake gone. I can't say feels bad, man, anymore either. I'm such a boomer memer. I said razor dongers earlier. And feels bad, man. You can't say feels bad, man is dead now, isn't it? The kids don't say that anymore. But you know what? I'm not a kid. I am an adult. And I enjoy saying feels bad, man. It feels good, man. Can I has cheeseburger with Powelon in the chat? Oh, man. Alright, Ratan playing this game right, you know, was a little bit impatient with that first attack, but is now just kind of gonna starve out the opponent, just slowly taking all the mills on the map, not wanting to let Heartseed get anything. Heartseed's been looking for something, finally gonna find a campfire at the very least, and Heartseed's got to figure out a way to get out of this. This is a hard contain from Ratan. There's only one way in, one way out. Yeah, raising your dogger without context sounds lewd. I agree with that. Okay, is this gonna be another 20-minute game? How does Ratan actually win? Well, I guess eventually Heartseed is just not gonna have any money. Look at this from Heartseed. Heartseed's always been quite a clever player. Ratan should see this though. Oh my god, Heartseed, that is hilarious. The problem with these lizards is he can't really use them because right when he rallies them, all his lizards are gonna run through the turrets. No! Oh my god. They actually make it through. Suffer heavy losses in the process. Is this gonna work? Is this working? This isn't working. This can't be working. I mean, even if this quote-unquote works, I mean, Ratan's got so many other assets. Ratan's investing in cryptocurrency at this point. Like, they are diversified. Man, you know, you gotta hand it to Heartseed. That was a really good attempt. For sure. I think Ratan is just too big to fail at this point, though. No, that little snake! This is actually what World War I was like. The commander just telling you, yeah, go through there! You have no option but to listen. Alright, well, that game was over very early on, I think. I think that game was kind of checkmated when Ratan set up that contain. But, you know, Heartseed tried to figure something out. And tip of the hat to Ratan as well, because if you notice early on, Heartseed was combing the map for like any sort of ninja base or whatever they could take, but Ratan had already taken everything. Okay. Let's see if Heartseed will continue on over on the left-hand side, down one match against their opponent, Ratan. Man, I keep like unintentionally rhyming with Ratan. It's just too easy. My brain thinks of like Ratatouille for some reason. The name Raton. Yeah, I just picture this like fat rat. Like a chef outfit or something. I don't know. Oh god. He's French, you know? Raton? Okay. So far, not a lot happening just yet. See if we got any sneaky mole rushes or anything coming up. Rat on with a hat on. I like it. Race here for Tongers. Alright, Lucifer, you win the chat for today. What if it's like rat ton? Like a ton of rats. Mole rush coming in. Some barbed wire to deflect. Now, a rat ton, would it be one rat that weighs a ton? Or would it be like thousands of little rats that, with their combined weight, is 1 ton? These moles are still trying. But it's not gonna work. Raton will pack it up and go home. Cam's on the way here for Heartseed. Yeah, Sassy points out these high grounds and behind both bases. Really good for mole rush in the early game, but honestly could even be good later on. You know, sneak in, your opponent just thinks you're scouting, throw some mole warrens up there and just go crazy. I think that's generally what the moles are going to be good at in this match. I think this devolves into a Cam's arms race. But the moles are kind of your ace up your sleeve, you know. Opponent's got the space right here, build some moles, you know, hit a counterattack while your cams are coming in from this way. Something like that. A bunch of rats tied together? No! It seems like a lot of effort to tie rats together. I mean, I'm no rat wrangler expert. Ooh. That was a dead cam there. If I was an exterminator, though, I would definitely name my company the Rat Wrangler. That's actually pretty good. The Rat Wrangler. Call 1-800-Delthius. Okay. Oh, that's weird. This is a weird thing happening here. Never seen Cam's hug like that before. There's a reveal. Lots of smacking. Yeah, we get some really weird games out of this event. I don't think they auto-attack commanders, no. Oh yeah, but they couldn't. Yeah, they can't see each other, so they're not gonna attack. Ooh, this one's looking good for Raton. I think that last fight was good for Heartseed. Yeah, Raton evening it up there. Raton getting a little bit of a farm lead. So Heartseed really needs to win this match, and right now they are definitely behind, trying to boost up on chameleons. You know, just kind of conceding. All right, Raton's got the better economy right now. But maybe if I invest a lot in cams, I can push in, deny that base. And this is a risky line of play, yeah. I was going to say, you're really hedging your bets when you do that. Because if it doesn't work, or you guys trade, and you do win the trade, but your opponent can reinforce and you can't quite take down that mill, you are so far behind. And right now, I'm already a little bit worried for Heartseed. Raton has enjoyed a better economy for about a full minute now, and a minute is like a year in Tooth and Tail time. We are past that 5-minute mark, so this income differential is larger now than it was. Heartseed really needs to catch up here, and Does seem like they're working on it. They do have the superior chameleon count, which is nice. Heartseed pushing in. Even with this one cam fighting the cabin, I thought Heartseed had more. I guess not. That fight might be the nail in the coffin for Heartseed's run in this spring event. Alright, Rattan with the cam lead. Yeah, I think Heartseed is just busted here, unfortunately. This will be our second player eliminated tonight. Rattan trying to take their time, though. Seal the deal correctly. Heartseed with one last hurrah. Starving out. Hoping to maybe win a base trade here. Gonna sell off that warrant, or that warrant so they can build a mill. And we'll have time to run back, burrow back actually. Rattan sniffing what's going on here. I think Heartseed had to go if they were gonna do it. No, Heartseed knows that they've been busted. It does not take the chance. Ha! That was kind of funny. Nice free 60 food for Heartseed, but gonna need more than that. Gonna be able to stop from starving out here. But I think Rattan should be able to close it out. Oh man. Heartseed giving them the runaround here. There's some weird matches. Alright, Heartseed finally finding their opportunity. Rattan already grabbing this campfire. You know, if Rattan didn't grab that campfire, Heartseed might have actually just won. Like if they ran immediately over to this mill. Alright, you gotta hand it to Heartseed for really trying to figure out a way to win this. This is what, like, fighting submarines must have felt like back in the day. Just have no idea where anything is until it's shooting you in the face. Oh, Heartseed did bob and weave. Coming over. Nine seconds left. You know, good try from Heartseed. Trying to figure out a way to get this done. Blip. It's nice, nice victories here for Rattan. All right, let me record that score. Nice. All right, what do we got coming up next? We got some Horus the Holy matches. Against Rattan as well. Alright. Let's get Horus up on the docket. And Horus has a respectable 3 lives. So either way, Horus will move on from Rattan. But would like to advance forward with all 3 of those lives left if possible. Let's get into it. Spawning on the bottom, we have Rattan. The opponent to the top right, Horus the Holy. Heartseed wasn't in intermediate already? Really? I've always thought Heartseed was decent. Let's see what we got here. We got another mole cam wire game. So last time we didn't really see those moles get utilized very much. But Horus is a crafty player. I definitely wouldn't put it past them to figure out a way to get dirty with those moles. And let's see, 8 farm openings from both sides. Right as rain so far. How's the map looking? You know, I think it looks fine. Both players have a second base. A little bit of an awkward third, I guess, you know. If you really want to split hairs, you can say it's better for Rattan. But I don't think this base is out of the question for Horus. If we do get down to 3 bases, you know, with all this water around it and stuff, we should be alright. Okay, double cams from Rattan. Horus is thinking about mole rushing. We're not really rushing at this point, but just mole harassing, and goes home instead. Let me get that second base up and running, get double cam as well. So this is a weird fight. Again, it does kind of feel like an old school submarine battle to me, you know, where both sides are kind of positioning these invisible units until, bam, there's a big clash somewhere. I love these rallies too. That can be really, I think it was a bit obvious there from Rattan. They're kind of over orchestrating it a bit. But you know, you can really fake your opponent out. Like, run through your base, rallying your flag on the moles or something like that. Make them think that you're bringing your chameleons over. That would be really cool if we saw some sick outplays like that. Oh, this could be nice for Horus. Is that an escape path? No, it's not. Ooh, they need to be careful. Get in the farm. Ooh, these cams, though. There's no getting out of here alive if Rattan does a stealth reveal, so those cams will go down. Picked up a pig, was hoping for this Warren. I think Horus might have got a little lied to by the map there. You kind of look at that at first glance, you're like, I can move through there. You can't. And Rattan gonna come in for the counterattack. Horus just might not have enough units here. Rattan very smartly going for the Warren. You know, tier 2 units take so long to build, as opposed to like tier 1 when you're being attacked. Knocking out all of those Warrens can be very painful. Yeah, Rattan even thinks he can get through this way, so puts a piece of barbed wire there. So we're powering up. Again, I might fast forward through this a little bit. We do have a lot of matches to go. And there's just not really a lot to say about cam versus cam at the moment. This is what I was looking for, this kind of play here. I love this. What is it, 9 moles? So if you build 12, you could just kill the mill, but a humble 6 here is more designed to deal with the chameleon warrens, but gets busted. Rattan trying to put up some barbed wire here, catches the moles. I still think he could go for the warrens, though. So 1 warren, not quite a cost-effective trade. Well, 1 warren, well, it was actually really close, because 1 warren's worth 6 moles, right? 6 moles went down, but the warrens also took damage, and Horus didn't get the full sell, so, like, cost ineffective, but tempo effective. Because now Rattan has 1 less Warren producing, and that's 60 seconds to throw down a tier 2 Warren and get out both tier 2. Rattan busted in. They do have the superior chameleon counts. A lot of these chameleons getting pretty low though. A couple left, still gonna be able to take down a pig. Horus, we'll clean this up. Okay, Raton grabbing some bases over here on the third. 6 moles is 180 food, says Epicossi. Is that calculating the damage that the Warrens take? So you're saying you only get 40 food back from selling those 2 Warrens rather than 120? So if you make 2 mole Warrens, produce 6 moles, and then sell those Warrens, is that what you're saying? You get 60 food back, 30 each? I guess that makes sense. Okay, Horus looking for some damage on this over here again, man. Ships crossing in the night. Raton with a couple extra cams here. I like the barbed wire trying to be thrown down, and actually, I guess it was effective because Horus wound up taking that fight. Nice. Horus now's the opportunity to move in. He's got the momentum here, gonna be able to clear out this third base, and this is exactly what Horus needed to get back into this game. Be careful about the stealth reveal. One cam does get revealed, but Horus is just going to go ahead and take that engagement anyways. And again, very close, but Horus ends up coming out on top. Horus, despite the difficult early game, despite taking some rough trades, Horus is managing to make it work. I'm still really impressed by this fight over here. 12 cams beating 10 because that impromptu barbed wire tanking. And I think Horus is probably feeling confident now. They should know that they're up on army. Denied that third base attempt from the opponents. Got 2 campfires going, so they got the better economy as well. Horus getting aggressive here. Gonna walk by the chameleon nest of the opponent, but now Raton might have a little bit of that defender's advantage with the mill tanking some hits. But will it be enough? It looks like, dang, yeah, it is, man. These engagements are really swingy. Look at that. The tables were turned. Jeez. AI on cams, man. Okay, this game's starting to get scrappy. Alright, alright. I'm into it. Lots of barbed wire here from Horus. Can sell off a little bit of this. Keep funding the army. I'm gonna retake that campfire. Oh, this is a little dicey. Alright, what is going to be the next move? Raton starving. Has to sell off a Cam Warren. Can continue to produce on this second base, though, since they did lose a couple farms there earlier. Horus, not as worried about starving. He is trying to get over here and take this third. Raton does see it. Horus checks. The opponent doesn't have a third. Raton going to go ahead and clean this up with the cams, but they might not. This actually might be very bad. Raton's not here to stealth them. He can try to stealth them right when he gets the alert that he's under attack, though, yeah. Horus trying to throw down that barbed wire to tank again. Gotta get those stealth reveals, man. It's 10 to 10 right now. Ooh, almost gets that campfire. 3 stealths. This is kinda hilarious. I'm not gonna lie. Like, what are we watching here? Wouldn't these chameleons like bump into each other while they're stealth? Ha! Horus just knows if I follow the commander of the enemy, my cams will be right on theirs. Okay, we are extending here. Rattan really needs to get that third base up and running. Good catch here from Rattan. Horus's units are out and about. Probably could have got some more work done there, but no real way of them knowing. Ooh, that base gets denied again, though, by Horus just from when he rallied the units. They passed that way, I guess, to avoid going through the water. It's a nice pickup from Horus. Putting Rattan in an even worse spot. They have 20 seconds to throw down a mill. Alternatively, yeah, they could just grab that to reset the timer. But I don't think that was the right play. I think every little bit of food is really important here. And if they were going to do that, they should have waited. Horus, gotta clean it all up. That's gotta be a tap from Rattan there. There it is, GG. Horus, moving on to the next round. Okay. We got some more Stage 3. So if you're enjoying this Chameleon Fest, buckle up. What we got here? We got Leon coming in. Now Leon's an older player that recently came back, right? I feel like I've seen Leon around forever. Leon's got 3 lives left. Awkward Fish Guy in the chat. What's up, man? Good to see you. Alright, stage number 3. We've got, in the bottom left, Ziggy12, aka Leon. Over on the right-hand side, Rattan. Yeah, I think I agree, Horus. The barbed wire really was super impactful there. Because, I mean, it's not cost-effective. Well, I guess it can be since it's so cheap. Like, 6 pieces of barbed wire equals 1 chameleon. But it's so important for the engagement, because even if the cam's going to overkill it, because it does so much damage with each whack. Alright, so let's see if Leon can make it happen. Rattan with the mole rush. Is scouted by Leon here. They're gonna go with their own mole or go with the barbed wire? And try to get out their own units. Probably do both. Ooh, I think the barbed wire was the better choice though, because this sells it right there. Yeah, just barely at the nick of time. Rattan gonna rally home. Leon will confirm that there is still a mole there. Okay, a couple more moles coming in. Ooh, actually does get that building farm. Nicely done by Rattan. Rattan's even got full 8 farms back at home, so far so good in the early game here for the boss. Okay, Leon built these moles, is going to try to use them. Unfortunately, the moles just don't do like any damage to pigs. You really want to get these moles either on building pigs, because they're considered structures, or on warrens. Now this amount of moles should get a pig. Oh man. Ooh, Leon. Just thinking to themselves they were way too cost ineffective there. And goes ahead and taps out. So nice quick victory for Rattan. Might have been a bit of an early tap, but that's the way she goes. Okay. 9 moles for a pig, yeah. Alright, let's see if Leon can bring it back. In the next round here, in the bottom, Rattan His opponent to the top, Leon. Man, all these Rattan matches have been pretty crazy. So we're forced to use the other deck now, and the other deck is of course Lizard, Snake, Wolf, Turret. 9 moles for a pig, totally worth. Totally worth. I don't know what you're talking about, chat. Okay, again, this is most likely going to come down to a lot of lizards, and Rattan is just in a hurry with these matches, man. He needs to go watch Vinland Saga on Amazon Prime. 4 farm double here, Mole Rush last game. Yeah, we just finished Vinland Saga. It is so good. I really enjoyed it. Yeah, it's free if you have Amazon Prime. It's free on there. Is it not a new anime? I'd never heard of it until the other day. Yeah, we like binge watched it over the weekend. It was fantastic. I really enjoyed that. It was funny because we also got recommended Demon Slayer, and me and my wife were like laying in bed, like drinking a beer, like, demons or Vikings? Demons or Vikings? We couldn't decide. So we watched 1 episode of each. And, you know, I gotta say, I wasn't impressed by the first episode of Demon Slayer. I'm gonna give it more of a chance. We'll hold that thought. Leon's coming in. Trying to make something happen here. Gonna go home for now. First episode of Vinland Saga came out in July 2019. Oh, really? Yeah, no, I never heard of it, but I loved it. I thought it was really well done. But yeah, like the first episode of Demon Slayer. So, it was recommended by some people who I trust, so I am going to give it more of a chance. But it did like 2 tropes in anime that I just can't stand. You know, I'm a big fan of anime, but it's rough. Some anime is totally different, right? Than one another. And I guess there's no right or wrong. It's super subjective, and some people get really, really touchy about their favorite animes and that kind of thing. I love that old... Oh, we're talking about boomer memes. That was another one from back in the day. It was like, your favorite anime sucks, or your waifu sucks, or something. Horace says he quit Demon Slayer after first episode as well. Yeah, but it did 2 things I don't like. Number 1, it had a whiny protagonist. And I just don't like whiny protagonists. I mean, I get that, you know, if that, I mean, maybe some people identify with it, but I can't do it. I don't like the whiny, don't really believe in themselves, crying all the time kind of character. It's just not for me. You compare that to episode 1 of Vinland Saga, where it's like Thor just hopping from boat to boat, slicing people up. I'm like, yes. Yeah, your waifu is trash, yeah. Your favorite anime sucks and your waifu is trash. So it did that, but I can get over it. You know, I understand why. And, like, I liked My Hero Academia, and that main character was whiny. And I get it's a plot device. It's like, oh, now we have room for the character to develop and grow. But I just don't relate to it, man. And then the second problem I had with it was they just really over-explained everything. Thorfinn is a bit of a whiner. I agree with you, Fish Guy. He is edgy, but he's kind of got a reason to be edgy. Like, Thorfinn was pretty traumatized. You know what I mean? Finally shutting up hardly counts as character growth. Bam! Quit whining about whiny characters. Haha, I'm becoming a whiny character. We got a wolf on the way. But Thorfinn was, like, traumatized. You know, so he was a little bit weird. But number 2, this might be a bold opinion, but I would almost interject that Askeladd was the main character of Vinland Saga, not Thorfinn. Right? Like, doesn't that... I know that's a weird thing to say, but to me, the story almost felt like it was more about Askeladd. And Askeladd was awesome. That guy was badass, and he had a really good character growth. He kind of hold that thought. We got Leon coming in. Like, it reminded me a lot of Abby in The Last of Us 2, where I started off just hating that guy, and then by the end of it, I loved him. Like, I thought it was fantastic. Yeah, dude, for sure. Askeladd was awesome, but you ended up, like, not liking him, you know? I mean, at first you didn't like him, but then you, like, grew to like him over time. Nice little trade here. Leon coming out on top. Or Zuko, yeah, that's another good example. Oh yeah, I don't think the snakes are really what you need at the moment. Leon, smash it through with some more lizards here. I don't know, I think my favorite anime is probably Berserk. Like the old school 90s Berserk. So good, man. So good. God, like I loved it so much. Ooh, the wolf going down. I actually started reading the Berserk manga. They came out with like deluxe editions, and I started buying all those. They're massive, man. I'm a few behind, but that's been really cool. Like they're these huge books, and they're like collections of the manga. And Berserk has like such good art in it. Just the artwork is fantastic. Alright, Rattan, sorry to push forward. Or honestly, I'll say it, like, I think JoJo. JoJo's a phenomenal anime too, man. I love it. I love how over the top JoJo was. Again, the early 90s JoJo, I think, was the best. I just love that really early 90s style. I like the art direction from back then. Okay, Rattan taking the match there. That was match 2, right? I'm kind of blanking out. Yes, that was match 2. Yeah, that's right. Because the first match, Leon went in there. That was the nine moles worth for a pig. Got it. So that's another player eliminated. Leon is out. Okay. Oh wait, no. Leon was supposed to have 3 lives. Oh, he did. Man, I apologize, everybody. I started talking about anime and forgot what was happening. I've been working a lot. So I apologize. I'm honestly pretty tired, but I wanted to come hang out with everybody and stream, so here I am. Alright, so Leon does move on, but only 1 life left. And by the way, welcome Classics Moods. Good to have you. Yeah, definitely hop in the Discord. Discord.gg/Pocketwatch. This is kind of weird what you're watching right now. There's a lot of great content on my channel and the VODs if you're like trying to learn the game and what's happening. I would honestly really recommend the 2021 championship finals, or really that whole season. There's a ton of other streamers as well in the scene. Definitely can start with my VODs and go from there. We're in the middle of a really weird event where there's a lot of like restrictions, like deck restrictions, that kind of thing. So stage 4, we know challenger is Zen. And speaking of deck restrictions, let's see what it was for stage 4 again. If I go to stages. Oh, we haven't seen a stage 4 tonight. Okay. So stage 4 will be up against Epicosity. Extra large map, only squirrels already in tier 3 allowed. And you have to pick 5 from the list of Squirrel already, and then all of tier 3. Okay, interesting. Deck size 5. And Zen is still 4 lives, isn't he? Yes. Okay, cool. Oh, this is gonna be fun. Yeah, Tander Draco's new in the scene. Woody Pun 7 on Twitch is on all the time. There's a variety of other people who also go on and stream pretty regularly. Tiki Gray, I think, is still pretty active. I think right now it's a lot of me and Tandor as far as like covering events and stuff. So. Oh, did I miss Sassy? Oh, I'm sorry, man. We'll go back. We have one more. We got one more Rattan match to do here. Okay, so we got Sassy versus Rattan. And 1 life left for Sassy. Yeah, I've been tired. I've been working so much at my new job. I was gonna stream yesterday. I didn't get off work till like 8 o'clock my time. Yep, this is good. Okay, sorry about that. Thanks for hitting me up on Discord. Spawning at the bottom, we have Sassy Marquez, and up at the top, Rattan. Classic Smooth commenting, I think deck restrictions keep the game fresh. Yeah, absolutely. And one of the really fun things about Tooth and Tail, I mean, it's all about the Discord. Number one, you can find a lot of people to play with. You know, like if you're hopping on ladder, like if I'm in a ladder, I typically just hop in Discord and say, hey, you know, who wants to play me on ranked? But the organizers do such a good job. 4 farm double from Rattan. Sassy going for a 4 farm double as well. Parallel thoughts here. Neither player really scouted this out until now. So might be in a no harm, no foul situation. But we get a lot of unique events in the scene, which I think keeps things really fresh. The Gentleman has been doing so many of these events. Is this like season 8 now? What season is the 2021 Duels? Yeah, season 8. So this is the Gentleman's 8th weird tournament that he's done. And these kinds of events keep it really fun. There's also a lot of like the TNT Championship was kind of like a longer format, you know, adopting from stuff like StarCraft GSL for like brackets and stuff, but TNT Championship is also a long-running series. And Sassy here, taking the quick win off Rattan. By the look of it, Rattan isn't tapped out yet. Oh, I think he did. I think he alt-F forward and corrupted the replay. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. Oh, I wonder... Do you think this game will actually end? Well, I guess it will, because somebody will starve. But yeah, no, this isn't going to do anything. These are like the highest scoring pigs of all time. Dude, Sassy just killing it here. The rush is not stopping. Alright, I have way too much content to cover to be derping around like this. A nice quick win from Sassy there. 4 farm double from both sides. Sassy able to seal the deal. And I'm assuming that Challenger is actually Sassy here. Let me see. Sassy with a 1-0 against Rattan. Nice. That's my assumption. Okay, now we're going to get into a different style match. Where it's going to be Tier 1 already in Tier 3. I'm going to go out on a limb and say Challenger is Sassy. Spawning on the left-hand side, we've got Epicosity. And the opponent on the right, we've got Sassy Marquez. You know, Tatanka, one thing that I've tried to push like high-level players to do, but I do know it's a lot of work. Mishi used to do it in the past, and Jet used to do it as well. Is I think the type of content that we're missing is kind of really high-level concepts and topics, like warren placements or specific matchups or what to do in these situations. Like, how do you play out the game if you went fox and your opponent's got owls, you know, and various things like that. Epicosity here, getting a little fresh. Kind of an odd map to do this on. I think maybe that's a little bit what Epicosity's banking on. I mean, this is a really large map. Was that part of the rules? Yeah, map size extra large, yep. But you know what I mean? And Mishi made some good videos on that on YouTube, so did Jet Erickson. And just talking about different concepts. Like, why is Snake Owl so good? You know, or what can you do? Like, I feel like that could be like a whole video. Like, just talk about Snake Owl. Like, why it works, where it doesn't work, how to counter it, how to play it. You know, stuff like that. I think we could really use some content of a similar nature. How to place barbed wire. Yeah, exactly. Or when to place barbed wire, most importantly. And it's the kind of thing that I'm not, quite frankly, I'm not the best person to produce. Because, yeah, I'm a strong player, but I'm not one of the best, you know. I'm a solid player. I can hold my own. You know, but I'm not a top tier guy. It's really something that needs to come out of a top tier guy. Because there is a lot of nuance in Tooth and Tail. Look at this. Epicosity grabbing some mills in awkward spots. Now, what's kind of funny is that this map is so massive, but, like, most of it is just nothingness. Like, 3 base for Sassy. A pretty awkward 3 base here for Epicosity. Your top 100. Hey, if I actually laddered, I bet I could show you youngies a thing or two. I used to do really good. Like back in like 2017, 2018. I think I got into like the semi-finals of a couple big tournaments and stuff. That was back when I was like actually playing like competitively a lot now. Now Tooth and Tail mostly for me is my esports caster simulator. But you'd be surprised, man. Ask the gentleman. Back when I was your age. I know, it's so crazy. This game's almost 4 years old now. Nice attack here from Sassy. That's honestly, that was kind of what my Tuesday. So on Tuesday nights, ideally, if I'm not working late, I want to do Tuesday night fights. Which is basically me just hanging out and streaming and playing matches and stuff. But part of that is me kind of getting back into playing it. Because I do really enjoy Tooth and Tail. And I think if I actually practiced and played, I could be one of the top players again, or at least up there, you know. Top 10 or something. But we got a boar on the way for Epicosity. And Epicosity is one of these guys. I mean, Epicosity's been around basically as long as I have, but I don't know what you've done lately. I think you were watching. I saw you in the chat earlier, at least. Look at this boar. Maybe just grinded a bunch of games or something, but Epicosity's become very, very, very strong lately. So we've got boar on the way from both sides. Sassy here actually doesn't know about this bottom base yet. Hasn't really got the chance to scout that part of the map. Meanwhile, did Epicosity scout the tier 3? Epicosity's actually got a bunch of tier 3 on the way. No, so neither side's aware of the tier 3 of the opponent. Double Badger coming out from Epi. Okay, the Double Badger was not scouted, actually. That's really what I'm worried about. Because Sassy's kind of got a cool mix going on here, right? Like the boar plus a bajillion squirrels. Squirrels are actually very powerful in numbers like these, and what can be advantageous about squirrels, especially when the limits are basically just squirrel in tier 3 for this match, is just how fast that they rebuild. So here comes Epicasi looking for the move out, but these badgers, though, are really what the problem is. With this flank attack, too, this is some big brain stuff. Sign my mouse pad, Epicasi. Look at this. Distracting with the squirrels on the top side, and I think the intention was for this board to get that base. Doesn't quite work out, but still A for effort. However, Sassy will clean this up and feel pretty good about it. I mean, if that board knocked out that second base, that would have been definitely, like, checkmate. Yeah, the flank board was awesome. However, Epicasi does have these 2 badgers on the back end, but the question is there enough fodder available for these badgers to do their magic, to get the rev up, to stay alive? There's no pigeons or anything like that to help heal these guys up. Or girls, I should say. The badger is canonically female. The board goes down. One of the badgers is very low. And yeah, it does clean everything up. However, Sassy got the damage done. Epicasi is now starving. And this is what's nice about having all these squirrel warrens. Sassy can very, very quickly reproduce squirrels. And get another standing army up really fast. A little bit surprised they've decided to stick with the board here, but wants that tier 3 unit up and running. Two flank boar is required for milk out. Horace, you would be the type of player to do the flank boar attack. I could easily see that. Alright, Sassy's got the boar back. Epicosity going low on tier 1. Makes sense, knowing the opponent has the boar. Trying to squeeze out the wolf. Gonna rely on the wolf badger to get this game sealed in. Sassy gonna come in for a scout now. See what they can see. Ooh, triple tier 3. Only a couple tier 1 warrens. But the real story here, I think, is the fact that Sassy never scouted down here. Sassy probably thinks that they're in a commanding lead at the moment, when in actuality, Epicasi's got this fully saturated third base, and is just buying time, knowing that they've got the better economy, got 3 tier 3s out, getting that boar also to deal with this mass of squirrels. And I don't think 23 squirrels will beat 2 badgers and a wolf. Okay, Sassy finally finds it. He's gonna go for it right now. This is smart. This is the best thing that Sassy can do, in my opinion, because the more time you give Epicasi, the more that economy is just gonna grow and grow. That wolf is gonna get toasted down, but can these badgers keep their rev up and get the damage done? Ooh, that boar explosion was huge! Oh my gosh, just one badger. 13 HP left. Sassy almost had it there. Both players frantically scrambling to sell some things off. Getting that badger in some bath time, getting that extra HP regen. Alright. Sassy trying to target down this badger, knows if he can get the badger, then he wins the game. But Epicasi being very careful with this badger here. Sassy giving it one last hurrah, but there's a boar here as well. It sees another badger on the way out. And Epicasi will come in and deliver the killing blow here. Actually a really close match. This is a really fun one. I love that boar flank concept. Really cool. I think it was very close for Sassy. I think if Sassy would have found the space earlier on, they could have definitely won this match. And we've seen a lot of eliminations tonight. I guess that makes sense. I mean, it is episode 10. We're kind of getting down to it here. Alright. That leaves one final match of the night. Horus the Holy versus Epicosity. It's going to be another Tier 3 fest. And Horus is sitting on a smooth, cool 3 lives. Beautiful. Alright, let's rock and roll. Spawning in the bottom left, we've got Epicosity. And over on the right-hand side, Horus Holy. Alright, I'm already on Team Horus here because they're running Fox Arty. Welcome to the party. If I just see one of those units, I'll be happy. Now, Fox actually does make a lot of sense. Because the Fox is great against everything Epicosity could possibly have besides Artillery Cannon and Owl. And, you know, if Epicosity does get the Owls, I mean, Horus has access to Boars, has access to Badgers, is perfectly fine. And keep in mind that if we are just talking pure Tier 3, it's kind of hard to remember this in the modern meta because snakes are so much a part of it, that the snake-owl style has really evolved, right? Which kind of messes up the balance between Tier 3, because in matches like this, or traditionally, you know, Owls kind of beat the Fox, but lose to Badger Boar. Badger Boars beat the Owls, lose to the Fox. That's kind of how it goes. That's the rock, paper, scissors in loose terms. But the Snakes kind of threw a wrench in those gears because the Snakes can cover the Owls so well by dealing with the Boar and the Badger. And Snakes are in a very strong place at the moment, and that was always the case historically, but we didn't see it as much back in the day, because for the longest time, Snakes couldn't hit structures, you know, so going Snake was a big investment, right? Snakes were only good at dealing with enemy Tier 2, Tier 3. You know, now the Snakes have a variety of roles, so you feel better about that Snake-Owl comp. But in this match, or when you take Snakes out of the equation, the Owls become a lot more vulnerable to Boars, to Badgers. Badger specifically. Because, yeah, the Boar can deal with the mice, but the Badger can deal with the mice and kill the Owl. Yeah, for the longest time, Snakes only did not poison buildings. So Ferrets used to be a lot more popular back in the day because Ferret was like the siege unit. But now Snakes have kind of replaced the Ferret as a siege unit because it just does its job and it does other jobs as well. So second base here from both sides, building into a lot of squirrels for now. Epicosity getting into the third. Big map once again that is part of the requirements of the match. And there are 3 mills here kind of down the center, which could be really interesting later on. Who can kind of grab control of this center area. And I'm leaning towards Horus probably. If Horus can like grab this base, throw up some artillery, might be able to split this off where they can get into a 5 mil versus 3 scenario, but we're talking way down the line here. Just a bloodbath here in the center. Looks like Horus is coming out ahead. Gets that campfire too, which is nice. Army Graph says it was pretty even. Fox on the way for Horus. Nice. And the Fox is a little bit similar to the Snake in that you don't really want the Fox against a bunch of Tier 1, but honestly in this scenario I think it's fine. Like if you have plenty of Tier 1 to back it up, Get those pop shots off is good. How are we doing on economies? Pretty even at the moment, so where's the rest of Epicasi's investment? I guess just the net value that Horus has earned. Ooh, Horus actually sold off the Fox there in lieu for some more Warrens. Probably thinking along the lines of what I was just talking about, maybe, where you don't really need the Fox in Mass Tier 1 scenarios. I think Horus might have been trying to get the edge up, thinking like, okay, you're going to go 4, so I'm going to get Fox to deal with that. And now Horus has changed plans here, switched gears, into establishing this forward artillery and getting a stranglehold over Epicasi. Epicasi taking another bad trade there. Epi with a lot of Tier 1 Warrens, though. Horus ahead on economy, and getting this artillery cannon out is super rough. And these things have such long range, man. Like, if Horus has vision, that thing will shoot all the way to the road. This might be check. I don't want to say checkmate, though, because look at this little ninja base Epicasi's got going on till the break of dawn. Horus hasn't scouted over there. Has no reason to be suspicious. Now gonna go for the boar. And the fox at the same time. Alright, I'm kind of excited. Like, I'm rooting for Horus to do well, of course. But I'm also curious if Epicasi can find a way to get back in this game. And there we go. Busted. You're busted, buddy. Step out of the car. License and registration. You mind if we search your vehicle? Says Horus as he starts going through the glove box. Well, Horus is not going to attack that base. Instead, going to move in on the third, and that was a big brain play. Epicasi moving the units over in anticipation of the attack on the third, while Horus slams into the second base. Epicasi does get back faster. That grist mill's in mine, I swear. Oh, man. Hey, what's up, Mocha? Alright. Like, I'm so conflicted. Because I want Horus to win, because he's got Fox already. But Epicasi has got to pull a rabbit out of the hat here. And I'm really curious to see if he can do it. The Badger Wolf is a good start. Badger Wolf actually, with the right engagement, with the wind in the right direction, with Lady Luck on your side, you'll get that wolf buff on the Badger, and it'll just get on top of the Fox so fast and obliterate it with that Gatling gun. Fox already coming in here getting some bacon. Ooh, very good there. A little bit of missed rally from Epicasi. In that situation, you do want to pull your squirrels forward a little bit and hope that the Fox shoots one of your squirrels and not your piggies. And Epicasi just going to give up the low ground, losing a lot of Warrens for it, but Epicasi has planned Badger Wolf. Badger Wolf, baby. Let's see it. Keep in mind, Epicasi's still doing okay on economy. The Wolf is here. The Badger is just too late, though. And Horus, with the Fox, with the Artie, actually utilizing both those units quite effectively for the win. Nicely done. Alright, everybody, that is it for tonight. Thank you so much for tuning in. It's always a pleasure. We will be back tomorrow evening around the same time. I'll either be doing the next episode, episode 11, or I might be just doing replay casting. The Feast. You can always submit replays, ToothandTailTV, ToothandTailTV at gmail.com. Any level of play is fine. And yeah, that is it. So we'll see you guys and girls back tomorrow. Same Dell time, same Dell channel. Take care, everybody.